The big reinforcement is what?
Outside.
Going outside. Yep.
Right.
I like the way your brain is putting this all together, because these don't work separately. They work together when you really understand the science of it all. It's like painting a mural. You don't just have one stroke. You put them all together and it's beautiful. So today we are completing the initial competency assessment, and this is just a quick overview. All RBT applicants must demonstrate that they can perform the task on the initial competency assessment. And then these are some requirements for the assessor. That's me. The assessor must either be a BCBA, a BCABA, or somebody who has been appointed to be an assessor, somebody who's taken an 8-hour training course. So I have met all of these requirements. We are employed at the same agency. I have ensured that the assessment is conducted in accordance with the requirements. So I know the requirements, I'm just not winging it. I'm going to sign everything, initial it as you go through it, so you know which ones you have completed to competency. I'm going to maintain records of all of your assessments. You should also maintain your records for at least 7 years. Expectation of our relationship, just to make sure we don't have a dual relationship. And then also that we are not related. So you're not my cousin or anything, are you? Okay, good to know. Timing, that you have completed your initial 40-hour training before taking the competency assessment, and that you are on track to completing your certification within the next 90 days. But I say the sooner the better while it's fresh in your head. Structure, we can do all of this today if you want. If we need to schedule a second session, we can. So there are going to be 3 ways that you can demonstrate these skills, either with a client, we'll either role play it, or I can interview you and you just describe the skills. Let's get started. Are we ready?
Yeah.
For tasks where there are multiple assessment type options, for example, with a client, role play, or interview, you are able to choose one. You don't have to do them all. So complete this form in its entirety for consideration. Incomplete documents will not be accepted. So they are really buckling down. Even if I were to miss a signature, that would be considered incomplete. So I just want to make sure everything is checked off. All right, now we're going to get right into it. The first section is continuous measurement. So you can either role play this, or we can just discuss what is continuous measurement, or how can you implement continuous measurement using frequency, duration, latency, and inter-response time.
So could I just explain to you what they are? Would that be just
You can.
So I know frequency is counting how many times the behavior happened.
That's correct.
Duration would be how long it was. Latency is, if I'm not mistaken, after a prompt, how long they took to then do what was prompted. And then RT, I forgot exactly what that is acronym for, but I know that's between responses.
Ooh, that was good.
And I forgot what
inter-response time. So okay. Inter-response, the time between responses. So I like the way you explained it. I had some videos just in case you needed a visual, but you knocked that right out of the park. So let's keep going. Okay, so should we get into partial, whole, interval, and momentary time sampling? Can you implement discontinuous measurement?
Partial, it would be given like a time frame, and if whatever you're measuring happened at any point within that time frame, it would be counted as if it happened the whole time. Or
if you come in and you see that behavior occurring even part of that 15-minute increment,
it happened the whole time.
We're counting it like it happened the whole time. Versus whole interval, if you had a 15-minute time slot, how would that differ?
So with whole interval, it would have to happen the whole 15 minutes. So like before.
Okay, so the interviewing is over. We got to get into some role play for assessments and task analysis. Okay, so for this one, you are going to conduct a preference assessment. For this one, you may have to collect some items in order to conduct a preference assessment. And I want you to take a few minutes to collect whatever you need to in order to conduct a preference assessment.
I got some books, so I guess
Okay.
I'll just use some books.
Let's do that. So we are in full role play mode. Action. I am the individual. You are the behavior technician or RBT in training.
Okay, so I'm gonna set 3 books in front of you. I'm gonna have you choose between 3 books to see if you like any of these, which one you prefer. So, hey Dominique.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm
So
good.
I picked this one you here today.
3 books?
Yes, and see which one you like.
Okay.
So you have the state book. What do you think about that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a spiritual book.
Okay.
Then I have a money book about money.
Ooh, I like money.
Okay, so that looks to be the one that I'm gonna take that one out. Okay, between these 2, so we have the spiritual one or the money one. What do you think?
I like the money book.
Okay, let's go with the money book then.
Okay.
So
One little bit of feedback I was going to give you. Sometimes when we're giving options one by one, by the time you give the 3rd or the 4th option, I forgot what the first one was. So typically when I do a preference assessment, I may put it down on the table and lay everything out in an array so they can have an option to choose from what's on the table versus you putting up one at a time. The second time you did it, you put them side by side, which was perfect. Okay? There's no wrong or right way to do a preference assessment, just as you are identifying what the person likes. But just with the individuals we work with, we want to set them up for success. So just put it out on an array and say, you choose. Now, if they have the capacity to, you don't need pictures or you don't need visuals, you can just have a conversation, then of course you don't need to print out pictures of visuals. But and that's why I said there's no right or wrong way, but a more formalized preference assessment would be displaying an array and then actually marking down what they choose first, what was their first choice, second choice, and 3rd choice. Okay. Okay, so we are going to do some ABC data collection. I'm going to have you watch a video, and then you're going to tell me what are the ABCs of this video. So what was the antecedent, the behavior, and the consequence. Hey, Peter. Thank you for coming to the table. Okay, so I have a basket of food here. I need you to find 3 fruits and give it to me.
A strawberry.
Strawberry.
Tomato.
A tomato.
And a pineapple.
A pineapple. Great. 3 fruit. Wonderful job. And here is your toy.
Thank you.
Okay. The antecedent, the behavior, and the consequence for.
So the antecedent, he was prompted to select 3 fruits out of the basket. The behavior, he selected 3 fruits out of the basket, and then the consequence was he was rewarded with a toy.
Correct. Perfect. Well, some of the individuals that had to take this exam were like, I didn't see a behavior. I was waiting for a behavior. Behavior is anything. Right. They were waiting for him to flip the table. So yeah, behavior is anything that we see and can observe and measure. So that was perfect. And we did role play. Okay, now we're going to skill acquisition and behavior reduction. 3 of tasks 6 through 15 must be demonstrated with the client. Let's start with discrete trial training. Implement a discrete trial teaching procedure. I'm working on a puzzle and it's just missing the shapes. So how would you implement a discrete trial teaching with what I have in front of me?
So I would prompt you to put the correct shapes in the correct puzzle. And then as you did it correctly, I would praise you. Reinforcement, verbal reinforcement. And then if you did it incorrectly, then I'll be like, try again. So one role play or.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, Dominique, I'm gonna have you go ahead and put the correct shapes in the correct spots, the correct puzzle spot. So whenever you're ready, go ahead.
I love to stack puzzle pieces like this.
Okay. Well, I like that you stacked them, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take them one by one and try to match them on the puzzle board. So let's start with the one up top, the orange circle. Let's take the orange circle and let's try to. Yeah, hold on, let me put your screen big. Okay, good job. Yep, that was the right one. Okay, let's go with the next one. What's the next in line? The pink heart. Okay, all right, good job. That's nice. So you got that correct? Yeah. Okay, so we got the red square. Yeah, I started. I can't see a full screen. Okay, good job. Okay, you got that one correct. That's good.
Ta-da!
Good job. Good job.
Thank you. Okay, wonderful. Implement a token system. So let's say you have your token board. Do you have a piece of paper?
Yeah, I got a piece of paper right here.
Okay. So you may want to create a token board. Remember, the token board also has to be visually prompting me to let me know that I'm on the right track.
Okay.
Once again, I have my handy dandy shapes.
Okay.
It's part of my goal. They want me to complete this puzzle. Just not motivated. So how would you use a token system to increase?
So first, I'm gonna have to figure out what would be a reinforcement.
Great.
So I guess work towards. Are we going to like assume a reinforcement or?
You can ask me.
Okay. What are some activities do you like doing?
I like to go for walks. I'd rather go for a walk than to do this right here.
Okay, so what about if the token system within like a week?
It doesn't have to be. So great question. So token economy should be individualized for each person. You can meet the requirements in one day, in one session, in 1 week, depending on what the contingencies are. So I have 8 shapes that I have to fill. I don't want to fill any of them. So my token economy can be based off of responses and not completing the whole thing and getting one token, if that makes sense.
Okay. So, because I was gonna say, it kind of was reminding me of like a first then thing, as in like first we do this and then that. But okay.
And it is right. But then we're also breaking it down even further. So first you do the puzzle, then you get to go outside. But if I'm still not motivated to do the puzzle, you add the token system to ensure that I am contacting reinforcement for every single response. And then the big reinforcement is what? Going outside. Yeah. I like the way your brain is putting this all together, because these don't work separately. They work together when you really understand the science of it all. It's like painting a mural. You don't just have one stroke. You put them all together and it's beautiful. Yeah. All right, I'm ready. Actually, I'm not ready. I'm not motivated.
Okay, so what about we complete the puzzle and then you get to go outside for a walk? How does that sound?
It's too much. I don't want to do it. It's too much.
So
It's not my thing.
So what activity would you like to do besides the puzzle?
I already told you I want to go for a walk. I don't want to be here. This is stupid.
So what about each puzzle that you get correct gets us closer to your goal of going outside on a walk?
What do you mean gets us closer? So I'm asking, what do you mean get closer? I've seen token boards where, and I actually have visuals. I can pull them up. I have token boards where there's an empty parking lot, and you have to get 10 cars in the parking lot in order to get this. Or there's an empty board with 4 empty slots, and you have to get 5 stars or 5 stickers in order to get this. So whatever that looks like, there are boards on Teachers Pay Teachers. You can make your own board, but I would present a visual, especially if I'm not motivated, because each token is going to motivate me more to keep going.
So I'll do it like this. I don't know all the shapes that's on there, so I'll just put.
All right, full out role play. Are we ready?
Okay. Dominique, we're going to play a little game today. We're going to match.
I love games.
We're going to match the shapes and colors with the correct puzzle pieces. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's try and get them in their correct spot. So let's give it a try. So which one do you want to start with?
The star, of course. He's the star of the show. Hi,
All right,
I'm the star of the show.
Can you find which spot on the puzzle that will go in? The yellow star. Could you find which spot of the puzzle that will go in?
Look, it's a shooting star.
Yeah, that's good. All right, good job. That's a great job. So you got that one correct. Now let's try with the next one. What's your second favorite?
Hectagon.
Okay, so the blue hectagon. So let's try to match that one in the correct spot. If you can find it. Good job. Good job. You got that one correct too.
Thank you.
So what would you say your third favorite is? Okay, so good trying. Thank you for trying, but let's try again. Let's try a different selection.
That's not right. Here?
There we go. There we go. So that's a good job. That's the correct one.
Whew. Okay. I'm all done. I can stack now.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's stack them by least favorite to most favorite. Can you do that?
Yes. The square is angry, so he's my least favorite. And I love hearts. Ta-da! Okay. You see?
Okay, so now, what about let's try taking the heart and see if we can find the correct spot for the puzzle piece.
Oh, that's easy peasy. Look.
There we go. That's a good job.
Thank you.
You got it correct. Now let's try the next one.
This one?
Yes. Good job. Okay, so what do we have next? Purple spot that goes in. Okay, good job for putting it in the right spot. Okay, let's try the next one. So blue diamond. So good job for getting the blue diamond and the red. All done. Good job. You like it?
I love it. Can I stack now?
Go ahead. Let's try. Yeah, we can stack now that we got them in the correct spots. We can stack and then we can try again to put them in the correct spots again later.
Feedback. I thought you did an amazing job when I stopped and I showed that I was no longer interested in your game and I wanted to stack. And you said, well, stack them from least favorite to most favorite. I'm like, where is he going with this? And then you saw what was my most favorite. Well, where does it belong? It belongs right here. So you kind of use that behavior momentum because you had something that was my most favorite on top, and then you asked me to do something with it. I'm more likely to do it because that's my favorite shape. So you're very quick, which is important when we're teaching new skills and someone doesn't want to do it. Like, oh, no problem. Let's pivot with the same enthusiasm and get them to their desired finish. So wonderful job. Okay.
go to my supervisor and kind of give them that feedback, and I guess seek direction on, like, this is clearly not working. Should we try something else, or like should we kind of stick through it to see? Yeah.
Right.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Great question. This is what we've been trying. It is not working. Should we keep trying, or should we take another direction? I think that's a great opportunity to bring in a director, a supervisor. You shouldn't have to make that decision on your own.
Right.
So you have officially passed with flying colors. Yay!
Okay. I think you missed the initial up there with DRI, but yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out. We don't want to get flagged. So send me your application ID.
Okay.
Once again, a few things that I
Can I
would
email it to you?
You
Or
can
do you want
email
me to get
it.
it real quick?
You can email it to me, and then I would also need the date of your Rule 50 training, neglect and abuse, and then I
Okay.
would need the date of your last background check. They're all within the 90-day window. If you can get me those two dates and your application number, we can go ahead, send this through, and you will be ready to submit all of your documentation to the BACB.
Okay. All right, so I'll get on that. I know
This has been amazing. I love when I do competency assessments, and the individuals are very knowledgeable. They put their own spin on it. They relate it to the environment they're working at, and it just sounds like you're excited about it. Like you're not like overly, yeah, but I could just tell in like your smile and your responses, you're like, okay, I know this one. I know this one.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you to join the behavior team.
All right, thank you.
So we just completed our competency assessment. Amazing. It just helps with the integrity of the training if I don't have to use this session to coach you through. Even though I don't have a problem with doing it, if I have to do too much coaching and too much prompting, then I'll have you come back to do a second assessment with less prompts. Because I just need to make sure you can do it independently. But he did a phenomenal job, and I'm very, very impressed. Just a few reminders: when you are doing your assessment as an assessor, you should definitely be prepared to come with your own prompts. So if I am role playing and I'm the client, I should have things that we can use for role playing. And if I need some videos for you to take some data, I'll have those already readily available. So those are just some tips. But yep, you have seen a full competency assessment. If you got anything from this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.